Listen up, traveler. I'm about to serve you the smart start you deserve, the one I wish I had. You've got your map pinned after watching those popular top 10 videos. But let's be honest, you still don't really know how this is going to work. This is your no-nonsense agenda for getting on your feet, finding your rhythm, and setting yourself up for success. I'm going to make your movements efficient so you can slow down, wander, and actually taste the place. Buckle up and pay attention. This guide is laced with hidden gems and local intel that most tourists never find. Whether you're a laid-back explorer, a digital nomad, retiree seeking greener pastures, or just someone hungry for the real deal, you're in the right place. Consider this your crash course in becoming a smarter, savvier traveler. Most people, they breeze through, ticking off landmarks like it's a scavenger hunt. They hunt down the best selfie spots and call it a day. From start to finish, they never truly know a place. They miss the texture, the flavor, the real adventure. I used to be one of those travelers, bouncing from one iconic photo op to the next. With ride-hailing apps, it's too easy to skim the surface, to treat a place like a fast food menu, but not anymore. And after this, neither will you. Let's go through all the different ways that you arrive in Penang and get yourself situated. I'm going to start with arriving by ferry. When you arrive by ferry, you've traveled by train or bus and ended up in Butterworth. And then you follow all of the signs and the corridors. You can't make any mistakes. It's kind of a one-way travel. And you get off the ferry eventually and end up here at the Jetty Terminal, the Jetty bus station. And you come out, and this is the first time that you're going to have the freedom to make any decisions. As you come out, you're going to see that there is, well, a large bus terminal. There's an information kiosk in between the buses that we're looking at right now. As you go over further to the right, there are a set of restrooms that you'll see later on and a store that sells telephone SIM cards. So you can pretty much get everything done right here. So you're going to, if you have a ringgit in your pocket, you're going to walk right up to the information kiosk and get a week-long bus pass to start with. Just to start with, and that'll cost you 30 ringgit for the week, which is going to end up being a lot cheaper than using ride-hailing to get to all of your destinations over the course of however long you're staying there. So you're going to hand over your passport, your 30 ringgit, you get the card. There is no ATM at this Jetty station. So the last ATM you will see is at the ferry terminal before you get on the ferry to come over to Penang Island. I did not get ringgit at that time because I was assuming that the exchange rate was going to be terrible. At the end of the day, the inconvenience that caused me probably wasn't worth it. So you may want to do it. Otherwise, you have to go into the heart of the city and go find the bank area, which is right near the mosque. Once you've got your bus pass, you come over here. You can walk right inside to the shop that we're about to walk into, get your SIM card placed, and then you can start using maps on your telephone to move yourself around. So with the bus pass, anywhere you are in Georgetown, anywhere you are on Penang Island, you can use, for example, Google Maps. If you are just trying to hunt down a single destination, enter it and it tells you which bus to get on, shows you where you're going to walk to get to the bus pickup location. Okay, so we've got our SIM card, we've got our bus pass, but right now we're going to go use the CAT bus, which is a free bus that circles around Georgetown area. It is not meant to be a meaningful tourist sightseeing bus. It is purely meant to get you to your destination, your accommodations, so to speak, right? So I tried. It was not a useful way of seeing the sights. It just moves too quickly. So this is the map of how it moves around Georgetown. As you can see, it's a lot to digest. You probably won't be able to digest it. I will include a link that you can download this and see how it moves around the city. If you came in on one of the larger, more luxurious tour buses, they land here at the Prangin Mall and coincidentally Komtar station. So you'll see your destination, whether you're coming on a tour bus from somewhere else in Malaysia or direct from Thailand, like Hat Yai, this is where it's going to land. Or I should say, this is where they leave from when you're leaving. So I came in on the ferry, as you saw in the video. I left on these tour buses. The whole line of this block is tour agencies that sell you the bus tickets out. I'm assuming that this is where those buses drop you off when you arrive. If you know otherwise, correct me in the comments. I talked to every single one of these. It's pretty consistent. The pricing is exactly the same. There's just a little bit of staggering of when the buses leave. When it's time to go, you just go there and ask for the tickets. It takes you anywhere, back up to Thailand, anywhere in Malaysia, as far as Singapore even. So when you arrive at this Kamtar station, there is also an information kiosk here. And this is where you will go get the same bus pass. If you're coming from Thailand, you're used to 7-Elevens being on every street corner and not only having snacks and drinks, but having all of your hygiene needs also. That's not the case here in Georgetown and across Penang. They are everywhere. There's 7-Elevens, 24 Marts, 24 Express, Ninja Marts, but they just don't carry any of the hygiene things you need. So while you're at the Prangan Mall area, this Kamtar station, this is your chance to pick up the things that you need that make your life just a little bit more comfortable and cleaner. Baby wipes, obviously, sunscreen and lotions. And of course, it's hot, you sweat a lot. This is my favorite little thing to get at the Watson stores. Those are electrolyte packets, as you can see. That's how much they cost at the time of this video. I'm always walking in there. I do like 1 or 2 of those a day just to have a more comfortable experience. So the point of this map is that the Prangan Mall and the Kamtar station, it's like 4 mall towers, each comprising like a city block. It's a very large area. Okay, so once you've got your bus ticket, you just kind of pivot to the right, and this is the CAT bus station at the Kamtar. So the map I showed earlier goes to both places. It just goes around in this circle endlessly, loops around. It's a free hop-on, hop-off bus to get closer to your accommodations in Georgetown. So that's where you'll get on that bus. This is a map of all of the sculptures around Georgetown, the wall sculptures. There's so many of them, you're just not going to be able to see them all. So I will include a link to, you can download this and start pinning your map. This is the designated food areas, like the street food stall areas. And the point of these 2 maps is that there's just so much to take in. So slow down, take some time in Georgetown. These are recommended walks, the green one being a morning walk and the pink-orange one being an evening walk that get you sort of maximum impact of seeing the sights around Penang. Why even show these things except to illustrate that slow down, because there's so much magic in Georgetown, and with every turn, everywhere you go, there is something to see. I have myself just allowing myself to get lost in Georgetown and spending more than just a couple of days there. I've found dozens of murals, street art that are not on any map anywhere. So as we're walking through the Keklok temple on the mountain, I just want to point out that it's so easy to get to these sites using the bus. I used a ride-hailing app one time to get to the mall because I needed some things, and then I used the bus after that. And the great thing about the bus is they kind of own the road around the island. The bus drivers, they must have the right of way, because they just take charge and they drive it like they stole it. So you're not going to get to your destination any faster in ride hailing. The view around you is much better on the bus. So you get to see much more of the island and experience a much more authentic local way of getting around, just based on the people that are using the bus with you. So I highly recommend it. And over the course of a week, you're going to have a much better idea of whether this is somewhere you want to stay long-term. So if that's in your plans, you can, of course, go back and get the month-long. The month-long bus pass is 50 ringgit. If you've taken even one ride with a ride-hailing app, you know that it's cheap, but this is going to be a much more cost-effective way of moving around. So the rules of just slowing down a little bit and the quote, with every turn, apply all over the island. So if you had taken a ride-hailing app and straight to the Keklok temple, you would never have had the opportunity to see this. If you're walking up there from the bus stop, you see this dark little corridor and you go, oh, I wonder what's up there. And so you find these really interesting shops. here you go. You're going to take a walk with me. Even if shopping is not your thing and you are not traveling to see malls or anything, I do submit to you that you are going to find all kinds of interesting shop areas to walk through and see locals doing their thing, but also it's just a really fascinating experience. So this is just one example of things that I found that there's nobody else up there. There's just nobody else up there. So if you're a slow traveler, you are going to be looking for places to restock on gear. Your gear's starting to break down. You've been traveling for a while. You just came out of Thailand for several months and you need some new stuff. Your clothes are falling apart. Well, I've got some options for you here. Okay, let's go overhead and look at the maps for just a few seconds here. This is the Butterworth terminal. You can just see the dashed broken line here that goes over to the jetty terminal. So we'll zoom in just so that you can see this is where the video started. This is where I was walking here. Anything that's highlighted here has nothing to do with my waypoints or anything. You can see I'm not even signed into maps. All of the heritage area is in here with all of the street art, the food, the sculptures. If you come in to the Comtar station, it's right in this region here. Most of the people that stay long-term stay up in this area here. As you can see, it looks quite different from the Georgetown area. It's not a heritage area. There's plenty of condo towers to choose from. There are many rentals available. There's a link in the description for the Malaysian website that has the most rental listings. You need to know what district you're looking for, because if you don't, there's no way to map it on the website. I've contacted them at the time of this video. It has not been fixed. So if we go back to the map for a second, it makes a lot of sense why people like to stay long-term in the Straits Quay area up here, but also all the condo towers down in this region. And the reason why is the Gurney Plaza Mall and the Gurney Paragon Mall, very fancy facilities. You are also close to the hospital where people doing medical tourism choose to go. And the name of that hospital is Glen Eagles. Just in case that is something you're interested in. People that utilize that facility tend to stay in the building next door called Mansion 1, I am told. I don't know for a fact. So for the people that choose to live in the Straits Quay area, not only are they within quick reach of the Gurney malls, the hospitals, all of the urban delights, but also it's a quick shot to the Batu Ferringhi area. They have a night market that runs from the Golden Sands Hotel, walk all the way down the road until you have reached the Hard Rock Hotel, and then it's too far. So turn it back and go buy the things that you wanted. If you are still watching this video, it's because you are a slow traveler and you're looking for as much intel as you can get on this place. You've seen it on people's top lists, and now you need some good information. So let's go back to the Gurney malls and let me give you some good tips. When you're staying long-term, you tire of the street food. Usually in the basement of any given mall is a grocery store, especially in the nicer, newer malls, so that you can get produce, shelf-stable items. If you've been traveling for a long time, some of your gear is breaking down and your clothes are too. One of the best tips I got was in the Gurney Mall is a store called Decathlon. They're also in Kuala Lumpur, but here you have highly technical gear for all kinds of different sports and outdoor activities. You can shop to your heart's delight. And you're going to spend more money than some of the street market stuff, but the quality level is what you're used to. Also, Trees and Sun down in the Chinatown area. And if you're in Chinatown, give these guys a visit. If you want a really good, strong cup of coffee, you're looking for Kopi O, but be sure you ask for no sugar, because if you don't, they're going to put sugar in it, and a lot of it. But it is strong, beautiful coffee. It'll get your day going just right. If you need to do visa work, this is your visa office for the state of Penang. There are no visa services on the island, but on the mainland, this is where you're going to go if you need visa services taken care of. So listen, I hope you've really enjoyed this video and found something of use out of it. I spent a lot of time putting this together. Some of it is just a reminder for myself when I decide to go back someday. Some of it is to try to help the world understand a realistic picture of it, not just top 10 points on a map to go visit. So if you liked it, great. And I'll see you in the next village.